and we're going to make our way too early free agency predictions. And so why don't we start there with the team that you believe will make a splash? I'll give you mine.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
I think it's a new day. It's a new coach, a coach who many players, everything being equal, will want to play for.
Yeah.
And so I think he's going to be someone who players desire to kind of be around and support. You saw the outpouring of positive social media posts when he got the job by players. So certainly, the chance to play in a great market, if you are a player, in terms of how you'll be treated and loved, and if we're being honest, your ability to maybe make some cash off the field.
Yep.
Play with a guy who gets it, who's a former player, and like, let's be honest, they have lots of work to do. They got to rebuild the roster and the culture. So I think they're going to be aggressive, certainly, and try to build this thing right away. What about you?
I think mine kind of feeds off of that idea, because I think there will be significant losses from Toronto going to Saskatchewan to follow Corey Mace. And it's not as though, Mace is the only reason that defense was so successful and dominant and created turnovers and all the rest. I don't think you're looking at necessarily big names, but I think there will be a couple of middle of the road guys that could be starters in that Saskatchewan defense who will make the move to say, I love playing for that guy. All the advantages you just spoke of in Saskatchewan. I think Toronto also has the added incentive, and this one can be dangerous. You hate the way the year ended. Do you go out and overspend because you're trying to make up for yesterday's error? If you're the Toronto Argonauts in 2024 free agency, you can't win the East Final in 2024 free agency. But you can sure make yourself feel better by getting some names that can give you hope building forward into this season. The other one for me that jumps out, we talked about them a little bit, but is aside from the BC Lions, because when you're hosting a Grey Cup and you got Amar Doman as your owner, I think you're going to be aggressive as all heck. But I don't think the Ottawa Redblacks are done. I think Sean Burke is really savvy about where he spends his money. I think he's positioning this quarterback room that we just spoke of in a way that whatever the outcome is, they'll be able to shed some salary at some point and spend that elsewhere. I think he's planning for that, because let's be real, you can sign all the free agents in the world right now. You have to be able to get down to your roster limit by training camp, right? So free agency is not necessarily the end all be all. I think the Ottawa Redblacks will be aggressive when money becomes available, or if it doesn't, they'll just let some guys go and move on. So there's almost that second and third wave of free agency that will come as the season goes on. But Ottawa, to me, they know that they should be better. They know that they should be competitive in the East Division. And I don't think that they are content with such a passionate football city and fan base to just sit there and say, well, let's pick up a depth linebacker. I think they're going to actively go after guys.
Well, and let's be honest, they know they have to be better.
Of course.
Listen, the people running that football ops and staff are salty the earth, some of the best people in the league, people that we want to see succeed. They're well aware that if they don't have success, there will be new people in those roles moving forward. So I think, you can increase the risk capital when it means, that you can continue to pay your mortgage
yes.
in that market. So I think that's a great show.